I'm announcing the public launch of a new political force, the Alba Party.
He re-entered the stage a force of darkness, technically and politically.
Under my leadership, seeking to build a supermajority for independence.
What's clear is that Alex Salmond, leader of the Alba Party, casts a shadow over his old party. For Nicola Sturgeon, this is a friend turned enemy turning the screw. She was on her election campaign trail on the morning before the afternoon that he launched his. Her nemesis is getting nearer. An SNP statement made its feelings clear. At this time of crisis, it said, the interests of the country must come first and should not be obscured by the self-interest of someone who shows no sign whatsoever of reflecting on serious concerns about his own conduct. Concerns which, to put it mildly, raise real questions about the appropriateness of a return to public office.
Is this a one-shot deal?
In a virtual news conference with old and new media.
Hello, Mr Salmond. I'm from Galicia.
What of enduring concerns surrounding Alex Salmond? Can I put it to you that, yes, you were acquitted at your criminal trial, but everything we heard about your behaviour in government at Holyrood, it scarcely provides an ideal platform for you to relaunch a bid to re-enter public political life.
After the 2 court cases, the jury, the 3 inquiries, it is time to move on. I wanted to talk about the future of Scotland for the last 3 years. Now I've got the opportunity, thanks to the Alba Party.
Alex Salmond talks about creating a supermajority for independence in the Scottish Parliament. The Holyrood vote on May the 6th is part proportional representation. He says he won't target the SNP in constituency seats, but will target so-called regional list seats.
In the Westminster electoral system, obviously you just split the country up into constituencies and whoever wins in each constituency ends up winning that seat. But what that means is that you can often end up in a situation where you get parties that do get a chunk of the vote, but don't end up winning any seats in Parliament. The Scottish system tries to get around that by using a system called the additional member system, which means that there's top-up seats that allow some of those smaller parties to get representation in Parliament.
The way the vote works, Alex Salmond will likely have a significant effect on smaller pro-independence parties, like the Scottish Greens.
There are 2 pro-independence parties in the Scottish Parliament, the SNP and the Greens. Between us, there's a majority for independence. After this election, there will still only be 2 pro-independence parties in the Scottish Parliament, the SNP and the Greens. This is a fringe movement. This is one man on an ego trip.
What of the voting public? We gauged the view amongst independent supporters.
I wouldn't back him. I think he's mad. I think he's just stirring things up.
I'm not too sure. I used to sort of worship him, but these days, I think he's a very clever man. I'm not sure I trust him.
No, I wouldn't vote for him. For me, he's too much controversial, and I would prefer to vote for the SNP party.
It is the latest chapter in the Sturgeon-Salmond psychodrama, now a central theme in this Holyrood election. In the independence movement, the plot will thicken as the fault line grows. James Matthews, Sky News, Edinburgh.